Hello, welcome to the queue. It is USA turn number 8 of, I haven't been keeping up with it on the tracker, Operation May Day. It is Global War 85 and it's about to get hot. Um, so let's look at first up on our list. I think we're done with all the really other stuff. We got nothing to repair, so we're up to tech. So on the tech, we're going to double up this time on the yellow, which will be SDI. Whoop, how about if you look at it? Caterpillar Drive, Chemical Doctrine, and Advanced Manufacturing, just in case. So let's roll those dice. Get rid of the white one because we're doubling up, which is nice. All right. What do we got? Just one. Yeah, I was thinking that was, but that's a 10. So orange, advanced manufacturing goes up to stage 3. All right, that gamble did not pay off because we were assuming that with 2 dice we might get that SDI, which would give the Soviets some rolling dice for nuclear release. So that's why we were bringing the nukes this turn. So that's why we're going to go hot. So we got a lot going on here. Well, let's look at the buy first. So we've got a mech, an MBT, attack helicopter, a SAM, attack bomber. For the NATO, we're going to lend-lease them an advanced superior air superiority fighter. And I don't know if you see that sculpt, but I'm afraid that's about the ugliest sculpt I've ever seen. I don't like it, which is why for the USA, I've got these. Yeah. But I'm not buying one. NATO's getting one. We got airborne, marine, paramilitary, and that is our $46 for cruises and 1 anti-ship missile. That's the buy. Let's look at some combat. The easy one right down here in Southwest Africa. Put that U.S. roundel back there. They elected not to scramble. We're bringing in 3 mechs, if I can get them there. 1 SAM, and also participating were these 2 fighters. And this carrier over here was coming in, and those 2 fighters and that Top Gun ASF. We also have the assault ship. I don't remember if I told them those were coming in. I guess if I didn't, they could stay out on the ship. Let's bring our cruiser. Yeah, we're using our other cruiser, destroyer, and frigate. So we're all in this C zone here. And this, nope, we'll leave that there to block that port. All right. So that's the walk-on attack. The next attack here, we've got an air cavalry and an airborne, and we've got a base there. 1, 2, 3. We're going into Western Libya. We've got 2 fighters. The stealth, yeah, that's it, because all that's going the other way. All right, the 2 fighters and the F-117 coming in. I'm going to put him there so I can see him, because he really disappears on that map. Warsaw Pact has elected to scramble that fighter. Is that the... Yeah, that's the early fighter. This is a regular fighter. All right. So that is that battle. Third battle, we're going to fire a theater nuclear weapon from Suez. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there is somewhere in there an army base. Yep. And they're going to get an AMD shot, and then if we survive, 2 D6s. All right. The last battle is the most complicated. So let's start off with our paving strike. And maybe that should have been the first thing I did. I don't know. We're coming out of the airbase here in Marmara. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 7 left. where he is going to do a paving strike on this airbase here in Maca. And we can fire at 2 because it's a missile. We can fire at 2 and it gets a D3 of damage. But it has to survive the AMD shot. Let me grab an AMD dice because I forgot to put one there. All right. Then it will continue on if it doesn't have to move because, or does it have to? Let's see. It does have to. It continues on here to this C zone, which is I can't see, it's buried, but I4 is where it stopped, shoots the paving strike, and then it goes on one more, which might be I5, I'm not sure. But from there, it can fire 2 into there, and it will have 3 nuclear attack missiles. I think their number is 68, AGM 68, at 5. All right, let's load up here. This attack sub or nuclear attack sub comes out of I3 into I4, and it will fire a cruise missile. So I'm going to put those cruise missiles up here in this C zone, because we've got 2 coming in there, 1 from the cruiser, 1 from the nuclear attack sub. Next, we're going to have a B-52. He's going to follow down. He'll have a movement of 7 left, and he's going to fire 2 cruise missiles. So that's 4 total. And the Soviets have elected for their SAM, if it survives, to shoot AMD at 3 of the 4 cruise missiles. All right, so the next B-52 comes down as well, and he's going to do carpet bombing, 5 at 2. Now we've got 2 attack bombers. 1 comes off the carrier in I4. He'll have a movement of 7 left. He'll do 3 battlefield nukes. This attack bomber comes out, flies down. Well, how about you look at it at Marmara? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it can go 5, 6. And they'll have a movement of 3 left because there was an air base. It's getting crowded, but I can come in from I4 there into Oman. And he's firing 3 nukes. All right, so that's our surgical strike, but we got 1 fighter running seed to try and take out that SAM, and that will be from Egypt. 1, 2, 3, 4. He has a movement of 1 left. We'll use our spy satellite, which helps everybody. Then for fun, we've got this ASF from UAE. He'll come in 1. He has a movement of 6 left. And then we've got these 2 fighters on the carrier, ASF, and a Top Gun. And they have a movement of 5 left. I'll put that there. They were in case this battle failed on the airbase and he wanted to scramble. But there's no scramble, so these ASFs have nothing to do. All right. That's it, right? That is a lot. So let's warm up. Oh, I think I have to do the paving strike first. So let's, wonder where I can put the dice tray. Let's move this Soviet fleet and just scrap it. And we'll put the dice tray right in the middle. All right, so there we go. So first, there is an AMD shot at my paving strike, and that is at 4. That's a miss. So now we got D3 damage. So that is 2. Oh, wait a minute, D3. So that would be 3 damage. Of course, I don't have a 3 damage marker, but I have a 2 and a 1. So I will put that there. So that airbase is damaged. They couldn't scramble anyway, because that's a special attack. All right, so then he flies over here. Now we've got the big battle. First up will be our fighter on seed. Gets first strike on that SAM. So let's see how that goes. And it's a hit. So the SAM is gone. And the 3 AMD shots are gone, which is even better. All right. So next up as first strikes is the 4 missiles. And you know what? I'm going to use those AMD dice and that. And let's roll that. And these are at 5. Oh, whoa, I got 2. And they are, because I have PGMs, target select. So we obviously target select the artillery and the main battle tank. The sad news is, out of this whole battle, is those 3 attack choppers I can't hit. So they're guaranteed to survive this round. All right, so that is that. Now we're going to deploy ARCOD in a special nuclear engagement brought to you by 84 Lumber. And we're going to load up all these dice and roll them and see what else we get now that we got all the first strikes out of the way. So let's grab our 3 5s. Hopefully we remember what numbers were the colors. 5 2s and 6 7s. All right, this is, yeah, that's already fired. He was successful. All right, let's see what we get. All right, so 2 is a hit, 1 is a hit, 1 is a hit, miss, miss, miss. These were 5s, so that is a hit. Doggone it, 2 6s. All right, 7s, 1, 2. Okay, so not really that exciting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8. 8 misses. Dadgummit. So we got 6 hits. Obviously, the paramilitary is first. The MBT is second. The 2 next are third and fourth. And we have extra hits. So, oh well. Can't get those dang choppers. That's pretty much it. All right, so that is the first nuclear engagement of the war. So next we've got this battle here and our strike. So let's roll our strike first. Oh my. And we're going to roll it all at once. We're going to take our 2 D6s, and this will be the AMD shot, the white dice. See if we get through. We do get through. On this dice, that's a 1. So I got 2 damage, but I survived. How terrible. Oh my gosh. That was not even worth it. All right, where is it? There it is. All right, 2 damage on the military base. All right, so the last action here will be here. Now, the SAM normally is a first strike, but we have 2 fighters on seed, so that becomes a regular shot. So he chose air superiority for this one. So we have, I guess we just needed 1. You know, I didn't state that, but that seems obvious. I mean, this one can't be air superiority, and this is taking out the SAM, or reducing the SAM. So we'll have 1 air superiority versus air superiority. Airborne, air cav. Let's roll some dice. There are no first strikes. So we've got, let's do the air superiority first, which is a 6, and that's a hit. So I'm going to put that on that fighter. Next, we've got a 6 from the regular fighter. Oh, that's a miss. We got the F-117 at a 7, I believe, isn't it? Let's look here. 7, yes. And it's a target select a 1, but we got a 7. So Sam was the first casualty, is what he said. So now it leaves our air cav and our airborne. I do not know what air cav attacks at. This is, all right, I'm looking. Air cav is a 4. The airborne is boosted up to a 3 for the airdrop. So here's the airborne at a 3. Here is the air cav at a 4. Ah, that was not good. All right, so we got 2 hits, fighter and the SAM. So let's return shots. I have 3 aircraft. So that will be 3 from the SAM They get a hit. All right, air superiority. His fighter is at a 6. And he gets a hit. Oh, this isn't going well at all. So the 2 fighters are gone because I don't want to lose that one. So then he's got 2 MBTs at 4. Oh, he gets one. So we're going to lose the air cab. Wait a minute. No, not the air cab because it shoots at 4. We're going to lose the airborne. All right. So that's it. So we got an opportunity to lose everything here. Round 2. All right. So we better bring in Arcad. The yellow dice will be the F-117 and the white, the air cav. Well, there's a miss, and it's cocked between a 10 and a 2. That's 1 hit. All right. So now he's got, no, we're not going to use Arcad for them. 2 MBTs at 4. Nothing. Nail biter. We're down to 1 tank left. Round 3. Same thing. Well, I dropped a different dice in there. All right, white dice is the air cab. And hit. And the F-117 is a miss. All right. Do we take the territory? MBT at a 4. Yes. All right. So I'm assuming that's correct. The air cav can take a territory. Let's see. I thought I had a U.S. roundel there. I don't. Let me see if I find one. Oh, here's one. All right. So that takes that. Well, that was costly. Didn't expect to lose all those fighters. All right. So we're going to go up 2. And Warsaw Pac's going to go down 2. I believe since we use nuclear weapons, it goes to stage 2 on there. We're already up here to 8. I'm not sure if using 2 different types of nuclears would move that twice. I didn't look that up. There was so much to look up for this turn because this is the first game I've been involved in where nuclear weapons have been used. So, well, outside of Battlefield. Battlefield nukes usually get used. But we went a step further this game because we have a B1. All right, so let's see. Taking stuff down. I'm going to get that out of the way. Put that dang Russian Navy back up there. All right, so we're going to land some planes now. So we've averted attack here in UAE for a 2nd time. I don't know if we can do it again. All right, so down here, the planes land back on the carrier. These 2 land back in South Africa. So the question here is, he has 6 left, so we're going to head back up here. The B-52s have 7 left. They're going to head back up there. 1 attack bomber has 3 left. So if I move my carrier, that's a good question. I have an air base here, so that's my air base. So I think I can land there and do a strike next turn from that. So that attack bomber with 3 left will land in UAE. The air superiority fighter will land back in UAE, the one that took off from there. This attack bomber will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and land on the carrier, as the 2 ASFs have a movement of 5 left as well. So they will come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll have 2 carriers down here with a load of planes. All right, so that is that. The 1 fighter that had 1 left has to land in UAE now. All right. Okay. 4 cruise missiles down, which, ironically, is how many we built. So I'm going to just dump those there, take that off, and then we'll just add the one ship missile to our stockpile. All right, I think, yeah, that's it. Everything here is landed. Oh, nope, we got the F-117. He was at an air base, so he came out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he can go right back there. All right, that leaves us without fighter cover up there, but we're going to correct that here in a second. Let's see, we're going to move a regular infantry and one mech into Western Egypt. And that green ship, I'll just build a mech on there, right? I built a mech, yeah. All right. So nothing else to move, nothing else to move. Let's rebase some fighters. I was going to use that A-10 to rebase it. But this fighter from Iceland is going to rebase here to Marmara. I wonder if I should stick with the plan. Yeah, I think we'll take this fighter and rebase it to there as well, since I lost 2. And the A-10 will just fly. 1, 2, 3. There's an air base there. And then he can go somewhere productive next turn. All right, so that is our air base rebasing. So let's do our airlift. We've got an airborne here in Nicaragua, an airborne here in Panama. One will come here to South Africa. There's an air base there. Another will come over here to Egypt. There's an air base there. Next is this Marine. Oh, I see a flaw in my plan. There you go. I've only got one air base there. And I'd like that Marine down there. You know what? We'll leave him. We'll leave him. I do have this assault ship that can move. Because he was going to come down here and join this fleet. Right? 1, 2, 3. Yep. All right. What to do? What to do? We'll leave that Marine there then. We won't. That means we got one more airlift. So we'll airlift this infantry here in Northwest. And we're going to send him to southern France. Unless there's an air base in Piedmont, and there is not. Oh well, that's where he goes. All right, now we got our sea lift. So we've got this main battle tank here in the Azores. He'll come in here to Western France, I guess. Where else could he go? That seems like a good spot. Maybe he gets attacked. No, I'm guarded. They can't get around all those SAMs. All right, so now we've got 3 down here we're going to move from the El Salvador, from Costa Rica, from Panama, and they will all go, well, 1, 2, 3 is 2 of them, but the other one can come out. But they're all going to land here at that major naval base in Puerto Rico. It's a slow move. And that's pretty much it. Panama is not on our side yet, so which is odd. So that mech will have to stay. Got all these dice out of the way. Anything else? Oh yeah, I got 1 infantry up here in Iceland. He's going to come out 1, 2, 3 and go into London there at that port. All right. Iceland is not what it turned out we thought it might be in this game. All right. I think, looking at everything, that's it. Let's place our goodies, shall we? All right, so in 1 was just the mech, so that is Egypt. And in 2, we're going to place at the base, a military base, a main battle tank, and a SAM. At the air base, an attack helicopter. All right. I guess since I don't think I said that in the chat, so I think the 2 Marines and the attack helicopter have to be out there, which kind of stinks. Oh well. It is what it is. I don't think I typed it in there. All right, so the last items, the Marine will be built here in southeast or northeast United States. The airborne in southeast, just to be different. The attack bomber will be built at that major air base in southeast. And we have a paramilitary and our air superiority fighter, which will come from the Northeast Air Base all the way over here to the air base in southern France. Getting crowded there. Last but not least is this paramilitary, which will go into UAE. So we bought us another turn. We'll see how long that lasts. All right. I think that's it. Made an adjustment on couple of the moves there, but we're good. All right, thanks for watching. Next up will be turn 9. I'm going to move that marker right now, and it'll be Warsaw Pact.